Emotional neglect in a relationship doesn't always look like cruelty or conflict. Sometimes it looks like a man who is simply never fully there, and over time, that persistent absence changes the way you see yourself in ways you might not have noticed until a relationship was already over. There's a particular kind of pain that comes from being in a relationship where nothing obviously dramatic ever happened. There was no shouting, no cruelty, or a single moment you can point to and say that's where everything fell apart. Just a quiet, persistent feeling of not being fully seen, of reaching for connection and finding distance, of sharing something that mattered deeply to you and watching it land without any real impact. That experience has a name, and it's called emotional neglect. And while it leaves no visible marks, its effects on the way you see yourself can be deep and lasting in ways that are hard to explain to people who haven't lived inside it. When you love someone who is emotionally unavailable, the loneliness you feel isn't just about missing connection in the moment. Over time, you begin to absorb the emotional dynamic of the relationship into your sense of self, and that's where the real damage quietly happens. You start wondering if your needs are too much because he doesn't respond to your attempts at connection, and so you begin questioning whether those attempts were reasonable in the first place. Gradually, you ask for less. You make yourself smaller, you tell yourself you're probably being too sensitive, and you work harder for reactions that should come naturally in a loving relationship. And when the connection still doesn't come, the conclusion your mind draws isn't always that he's emotionally unavailable. Sometimes the conclusion it draws is that you're simply not enough. That's the quiet damage of emotional neglect. It accumulates so slowly that by the time you feel it fully, you've already been carrying it for a long time. Researchers study emotional neglect in adult relationships describe it as a form of invisible wounding, defined not by what is present, but by what is consistently absent. And because there's nothing concrete to point to, many women find it almost impossible to trust their own experience of it. They minimize what they feel, they wonder if they overreacted, and they stay confused about what was actually happening for a very long time. If you spent months or years in a relationship wondering if you were the problem, that confusion wasn't a personal failing on your part. It was a completely natural response to living in an environment where your emotional reality was consistently unmet and quietly dismissed. I know what it feels like to sit across from someone at dinner, to be in the same room, sharing the same life on paper, and to feel a loneliness so specific and so heavy that you couldn't have explained it to anyone who hadn't felt it themselves. That particular loneliness, the kind that lives inside a relationship rather than outside of one, has a way of making you turn inward and start editing yourself rather than recognizing what's actually missing in the dynamic. The effects of that environment don't simply disappear when the relationship ends. Many women find that after leaving an emotionally unavailable relationship, they carry a self-doubt that wasn't as present before, a tendency to second-guess their own perceptions, a quiet uncertainty about their worth that the relationship slowly installed without them realizing it was even happening. But that's not permanent. It's real, and it deserves to be taken seriously and worked through with honesty and patience rather than rushed past in the name of moving on. Healing from emotional neglect means rebuilding a relationship with your own emotional reality, learning to trust what you feel, recognizing that your needs were never too much, and understanding that his inability to meet you emotionally was never a reflection of your value as a woman or as a partner. That process takes time and it isn't linear, but it begins with being willing to call what happened by its real name and refusing to carry responsibility for someone else's emotional limitations any longer. If this resonated with you, check out the video that appears on your screen right now called Why Loving an Emotionally Unavailable Man Feels Like an Addiction, which connects directly to everything we just talked about. If you're looking for something more structured to support your healing, I have a 21-day guided healing program linked in the description below. And if you aren't subscribed yet, subscribe to Mind Your Own Feelings for honest, grounded conversations about healing after emotional unavailability.